Hi everyone, welcome back to the Fowle House. If you've been following along, you know we've been going back in time so that you can see what we did late last year. We are close to being caught up to these frigid days in January. But I want to show you what we did around Christmas. So usually I show you a whole week's worth of work. This is kind of a couple of parts of weeks because it was the holidays, so we were on and off. But we have finally moved inside. We are hanging sheetrock and we are starting to paint and prime. So let's see what we did. Good morning, y'all. We are over at the Fowle House and we've got sheetrock coming in. So I'm always impressed with these machines. They can drive forward, they can drive sideways. So sheetrock and supplies are being delivered. We are waiting on the building inspector, and as soon as we pass our rough-in inspection, we are gonna start doing insulation and sheetrock. Okay guys, so after much delay, we are hanging sheetrock. We finally got all the electrical done, we got all the plumbing done, we passed all the inspections, we have insulated, and now we are hanging sheetrock. Starting with the ceiling, we're gonna move down to the walls. We are finally making some good progress. All right, so like I said, we insulated the 2 exterior walls. It's loud in here today. We are hanging sheetrock. Next, we're gonna start hanging the walls. The great news is that our cabinets should be here within a week or so. So we're not gonna have to wait on cabinets because we're not gonna be ready for cabinets. But we're gonna be closer than we would have been if we had not started hanging sheetrock. Hey y'all, so it's been a couple days since I gave you an update. As you can see, all the sheetrock has been hung. We've done 2 coats of mud. We were here early this morning to do a coat, so that's drying. Working on the ceiling. We also have the mudroom ceiling is done. And so we're gonna let this dry, then we're gonna start priming it. But let me show you what else exciting is happening. So we are at the front door in the living room, and this living room is about to be completely filled up because the kitchen cabinets are here. Now, you know, we are not ready to hang these kitchen cabinets or install them, but they're here. We wanted to get them out of my awesome cabinet company's warehouse, give them some room, so they're here. I was hoping maybe y'all could see the color, which you can't really see from here. It is a really pretty taupey color, and over the weekend, we got together with the homeowners and the cabinets, and we picked wall colors, countertops, all of that. So I look forward to showing all of that to you. But this is just the beginning. We are gonna be lucky to get all these cabinets in here. And then sooner than later, we're gonna get them installed in the kitchen. Also, the HVAC guys are here. There are 2 vents in this kitchen. This one has got to back up a little bit. That one's got to come out a little bit. They are going to be under cabinets, and then we're going to vent them so that they are vented out of the toe kick for the cabinets that are going to go across here. Thankfully, nothing else as far as HVAC needs to be moved on this floor. Everything out in the mudroom, breakfast room area is good where it is. So, but if you guys remember, we did this addition out here and the unit was there. So that unit had to go away. A new one is coming. So lots of ductwork needs to be done downstairs. I can't recall if I have showed you guys this addition. My guys are not doing this. My longtime friend Jason Smith's doing this, but you've got a very spacious laundry room and a good sized bathroom in here. Shower, water closet. I do think I've shown you guys this. So what have we done out here lately? We have figured out all of our electrical, where we want switches, where we want plugs, and they are under the house as we speak, working on the ductwork for this new addition and the new unit that's going to be out there. So lots happening today. Hey y'all, new week. Can you tell we're getting close to Christmas? So what have we done in here? I think you guys have seen all the sheetrock, but we have got a 2 coats of primer. We've got all the walls and all the ceilings primed. This morning we were working on all of the old trim. Let me turn you around. This morning we were looking on all the old trim, all the old windows, the doors. We got all the nails out, got all that sanded. So pretty soon that's gonna be ready to go back on our 3 windows. This door facing didn't survive. It was notched for the older cabinets that were there. So we are going to try to replicate what we saved from this door, which matches the rest of the house, for this door. Now in here, we've already started putting up the crown molding in there. We're also gonna do crown in the kitchen. And we are going to start patching some holes over there. So doing a little bit of carpentry work on all fronts. Good morning. We are at it again. We are still doing a little bit of sheetrock repair in there. I'm gonna go in there and show you why we're doing what we're doing. And then I may take a little time to work on this chimney and see if we can get it to look a little more consistent. So the homeowners decided they did not like this little bit of beadboard on the bottom. And so what we decided to do was we ended up getting some 3/8 sheetrock. Of course, we normally use 1/2 inch, but if you can hear me, we're just going to put directly over that beadboard some 3/8 inch. It's still gonna have a good reveal on the trim. So that's what we're working on in here. Yesterday I showed you, we got the cabinets in here all mapped out. This was the only hole that was gonna show, so Jesus did a great job with that. Then we have these other places just filled up so we don't have cabinets or holes behind our cabinets. We got all that crown done. Little projects happening everywhere. If you remember, we took the walls around this chimney out, and part of the chimney, the plaster didn't have lath, and it was just plaster directly on the brick. From here over, you can see exactly where there was a 2x4, and this was behind a 2x4 wall. So that looks very different from that. We've got to decide what to do. So we're going to see what we can scrape off of this. I don't think we'll ever get this to look like that, but maybe if we can get a lot off of this, then we can add something artificial to this. Maybe we were talking about different types of mortar or plaster that we can put. So we are gonna try with an electric grinder with some metal brushes and see what we can do. Below the countertop height is not gonna show, so that's where we're gonna practice. So today we are still working in this mud room, breakfast room, whatever you want to call this area. And we are doing the final details on trim. And we were trying to figure out exactly how to do this corner where it's, do we take the wood all the way to the corner? Do we put sheetrock back or add sheetrock? There wasn't sheetrock. But I just thought this was interesting. So look at the thickness of this wall. So this is an original exterior wall, and this was added. And instead of cutting the trim, they just built right up to the trim boards. They're still there. And then even more than that, they built right up to the window seal. We just put this in for spacing. So before you could see the whole window seal, the whole window trim, and then siding is all here, just sandwiched inside the thickness of a wall. Typically, if we were doing an addition, we would cut that off and build right to it. But you just never know how people did things in the past. So, fun little discovery. If you remember this corner, we tore that big cabinet out, so there was nothing on this wall. And Gio worked on this yesterday and did a great job putting that siding. Remember, we did an addition off the back, and the guys saved the siding so that we would have enough to use it right here. So that is siding that's new to this location, but was on the back of the house. Now we're just trying to figure out trim. So we used a new crown all the way around here. There was a crown. This little niche did not have crown. it just had one by. So I've just reached out to the homeowners to find out what they want. Do they want to go back with what was there, or do they want to match this crown that's here? We patched some of those holes over there. We've started trimming out this door. This trim was already here, and this is new, homemade. This is the original trim from the house, and we saved that, and now it's back up. And this is what we're gonna replicate. Ready to start putting window trim back. And then I showed you guys that I'm gonna work on this chimney soon. So I'm gonna find some time. It makes a big mess with a lot of dust. So I'm gonna give my guys a break and do it sometime when they're not here. This window's already coming together. This window seal was a little bit different than these two, because remember, this was in the kitchen and this was in the breakfast room. So Jesus made us a new window seal to replicate those two. So the trim details are what makes all of this cohesive. Good morning, everyone. It is another cold morning. We are over at the Fowle house, and let me update you on a few things that we got done. As you can see, Jesus is priming our crown molding in there. We finally got all the trim done. We got the ceilings painted. We got everything is getting primed, and then we're gonna start painting. So in the breakfast room, mud room, whatever we're gonna call it, we finally got everything trimmed out. We got little details here. This little corner was tricky. I think we talked about that, whether it was all gonna be wood or a combo of sheetrock and wood. And then yesterday, Gio got all of the trim out here primed. Obviously not that needed a little sanding, but we also got a coat of primer on most of this siding. And now we're moving into the kitchen. I think that Jesus, I think I showed you that he had reworked all of these windows. There's that original door. These 3 windows have new trim, as does this door. It looks great. So eventually these walls are gonna be a really pretty green. It's called softened green. But for right now, we're just getting it all white and primed. All right, there's another wrap of a week and some change at the Fowle house. So we have gotten all the sheetrock hung, we've got all the trim done, and we're starting to paint. And next week, we are going to start getting some color on the walls and work on a little project that came up with a unlevel floor. So come back next week, see what's happening at the Fowle house. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you soon.